Good evening, everyone. Hello, 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 all. How are you? The day after Christmas, and you guys are recovering from all the food that you ate, yes, all the dancing that you did, or the solitude time that you had, just reflecting on life and what life has to offer. Hello, Miss Leah. Thank you for joining. Yay, one day after Christmas. How are you doing, my dear? Hello, hello. Did you have a fantastic day today? Hi, Miss Sheila. Thank you for joining. I appreciate that. I was just talking to Miss Leah asking how her day was. Did you have a wonderful day today? The day after Christmas. Everyone's in the swing of things, right? Eating all that wonderful food. I actually just got done eating a little bit of Jamaican food. That's our culture, and I just can't stay away from it. Hello, Miss Monica. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. This is day 2 for me, round 2 of Owning Your Brilliance. So, as promised, I wanted to make sure that I stay on path and continue to educate. Hello, Miss Sheila. Is that Sheila? Sheila, Miss, yes. I wanted to stay on track, and Monica is my mom's name, hence. Just a little side note there, Miss Monica Smith, hello. Just trying to stay on track with some of the things I've been teaching and educating on. I hope that you guys have been receiving some form of value from all of it. As I just mentioned to someone just a moment ago, there's lots of things. Nice to see you too, Miss Monica. There's lots of things that I've learned over the years from my management background to my spa entrepreneurial background, and why not make your jobs a little bit easier by teaching you some of the things that I know and just regurgitates right off my tongue that I'm able to share with you so that you can put forth in your practice. So whatever your practice may be that you're moving ahead with your speaking engagement, your authoring, and all those wonderful things. We've got a party going on here. You do? You have a party going on? Are you talking about us? Our party? Which one? Because we had a party yesterday. I don't know if you saw my live yesterday, but we had a good time. We were just playing some reggae music and dancing. And my father was like, oh my gosh, my knees, I have to go sit back down. But we just had a great time. We wanted to wish you as a family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So tonight what I'd like to speak on, and know us. That's right, Miss Leah. We're having a party. Don't let me turn on some reggae music now, because we really be having a party in here. So tonight what I'm going to speak on, and I'm going to speak on it probably for the next 3 days or so, is forming habits. Hello, Miss Pat. I'm just saying a little hello to allow some people to come in. How are you? Thank you, Miss Pat, for joining us and stepping in. Hope you had an awesome day today. You had a wonderful day. You're recovering. Hopefully you guys all had today off, the day after Christmas, just to regroup. If you had to go back to work, that's fine too, but hopefully you went back spirited in the right direction. So tonight what I'd like to speak to you guys on is habits, creating habits, forming great habits. 2 of the subjects that's on my habit list is actually what I've already been talking about, so I don't want to really revisit those. One of them is about creating your own life's mission, and we spoke about that in detail in the past live. So I don't want to really repeat what I've already spoke about. I'll just continue moving forward with some new things. Starting early and planning ahead, I also spoke on that as well. In terms of how you're planning your life, make sure that you have some structure to it. I don't know what habits that you guys are accustomed to when you're planning. If you want to put a note in the comment, I'll make sure everyone hears what you're saying. Nope, worked, but it's all good. That's okay. That's awesome. Fantastic, Miss Monica. Work is good, right? Pays the bills for now. Until you become that awesome speaker, then you work less and make more. Yes, right, Miss Monica? So awesome. So start early and plan ahead is something that I spoke about when I talked about the SMART goals and planning. And remember, these are all great habits you have to start becoming accustomed to. If you don't have habits that you are following right now, just do a mental note, do a hello, Miss Patience. Just take a mental note and what you call it, mental inventory, so you can decide on what it is that you need to tweak or change just a little bit different, so that you begin to improve your daily routines as you get up every single morning. Yes, Miss Monica, you need to be deliberate about what we use our time for. Right. Yes. Number one, habits. Yes. You have to make sure you use your time wisely. Now, what are some examples of getting off to a great start every day? Can someone tell me one example that you would do as far as that would deem you getting off to the right start every single day? What is something that you could do differently, or you are already doing? Hello, Miss Felicia. Thank you for watching. Your audio got interrupted today. I was in the mode when you were talking in the car, but we got interrupted. Facebook has a way of interrupting us, guys, and we're doing great things, right? So what is one habit that you're currently doing right now that you feel is beneficial to you, that everyone else can learn from, that's on the live tonight? Just type in there one habit that you're currently doing every day that kickstarts your day in the right direction. I'm curious to see what you guys are going to say. Anybody? I know you guys type faster than that. Or is it that you're thinking slow? Which one is it? What is a habit that you're doing right now on a regular basis that you have a routine habit for, that is working for you, that you'd like to share with someone? Hello? Okay, so Miss Leah says, I personally find that we must do in my life have to be done first in the morning. Let's see. Okay, so personally find that the must-dos, the must-dos in my life have to be done the first thing in the mornings, as that's the only time I have control over. Okay, so Miss Leah says she likes to do the must-dos first thing in the morning because that's what she has better control over. And keep in mind, very good point, Miss Leah, that some of us operate better early morning and some of us operate better later on in the evening. There's no correct or incorrect answer. However, I'll give you some methodology on why some parts of that is important. But great point, Miss Leah. Thank you so much for sharing. And she said that's what she has control over. So she does what's best for her because that's what's working for her. Awesome. As long as you're getting it done, Miss Leah, perfect. Miss Monica says meditation and prayer, setting intentions for the day. Absolutely. Your day starts and ends with meditation and prayer. So if you're not in the habit of doing that right now, try it for a couple of days. You know, I never try to force anyone in doing anything there against their will. But if you want to try new things, I would also encourage you to do that and see how it just allows your day to flow much smoothly. But Miss Monica, great point, because when your mind is in the right place and your thoughts are quiet, as I haven't gone in depth yet on meditation, but I probably will, you're quiet in that space so that you can hear that silent voice that's going to speak to you to tell you what direction you should go in for the remainder of the day. Funny enough, I had a conversation with someone and just kind of guiding them through some things, and sometimes the Lord you will think it's the Lord's doing, nudging you a certain way, but that can come as a distraction or a deterrence just to see what you're going to do and what direction you're going to move in. So you have to make sure that you're very keen to what it is, that whispering that you're hearing on your shoulder all the time. So thank you, Miss Monica. Miss Felicia says journaling. Yes. And Miss Felicia, journaling, as you probably already know, is a great thing because, quite like the plan of action I've been asking you guys to make sure you're scribing on a regular basis, you're putting it on action. It will come more to life if you take it out of the cranium and put it on paper, because when you write it down, it makes it clear. The Bible says it. It says it over and over again. Write it down, make it plain, make it clear, make it specific, and you will see what will happen, okay? It will manifest. So be careful what you put on that paper. And Miss Leah, I have prayer time, yes, and then exercise. Excuse me, yes. Prayer time and exercise, fabulous. And affirmations, Miss Felicia, wonderful. And we haven't gone in depth about affirmations, but I actually mentioned, I actually had a live, I think last 2 nights ago on affirmation. So kudos to you for doing that. I don't know if you heard the message, the early bird gets the worm. I personally feel that you want to rise an hour before you normally rise to do some of the things that you're just mentioning, because a lot of us have work that we have to go to a specific time. Now, I know the day is already long, but this is something you're doing for your own personal self. So you have to invest time in yourself in order to see the growth manifest later on in your life. And what it's doing is creating a habit for you so that you get accustomed to this and you're not feeling like it's a strain or a burden to do so. So try to do something a little bit different than you're normally doing now. Some of you may exercise and go out early in the morning at 5, and some other people may say, oh my gosh, I am not exercising at 4 in the morning. That's way too early. But unbeknownst to you, according to Chinese medicine, we are on a body clock, okay? And what happens is different things happen at different hour of the day and of the night. So according to the Chinese time clock, you really are supposed to be going to bed by 10 o'clock because that's how your body best functions into the remainder of the clock. If you notice when you go to the restroom, this is a little bit of, what do they call it, TMI. When you go to the bathroom and do number 2, you do it at a certain time. That's because your body is on a certain clock. So be very aware of those things. It's not by accident that this is happening. So the earlier you can get up to do some of the additional functions before you go off to work, what it does, it sets your mind in the right frame of thought, so you're not just rolling out of bed arbitrarily saying, oh my gosh, I have to go to this job again. Remember, you have to speak life into yourself. The job may be just a temporary thing because it's going to change once you move ahead into your passion. So I'm glad to catch you live, Miss Donna. Oh, thank you, Miss Priscilla. How are you? Thank you so much for joining. We're having fun tonight. Miss Leah said we're having a party. So we were just talking about habits, developing great habits, and everyone on the line right now, Miss Leah, Miss Felicia, Miss Monica, they all said affirmation, prayer, exercise, getting off on the right foot to make sure that things roll in the best way. Remember, how you start your day is generally how you end your day. You ever see some people come to work and they're miserable and they look at you and you say good morning and they just walk the other way? In my country, Jamaica, let me tell you something. When you go there, you're going to be treated like royalty. Number one, we take our time and we do everything. We don't rush. So the motto that you hear all the time, it's true. We take our time. I had a client the other day say to me, just last week, he goes, Miss Donna, you're not on Jamaica time, you know. I said, we take our time, brethren. You got to just chill, just relax. You know, everything irie. You understand me? So I think we may... Monica said, I think I may be Chinese and not Italian. Laugh out loud. I'm definitely on a body clock. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's wonderful. And when you speak about body clock, I don't know how many of you are using an alarm clock to get up. Show of hands, if you're using an alarm clock, you don't have to use an alarm clock. Your body will automatically wake you up. You have a body clock, okay? And it will turn you right over when you need to get up. You won't oversleep. Don't be anxious that you're going to oversleep. Just trust your body and trust your whole sense of everything, and it does work. But yes, you take your time, you do what you need to do, you roll right into your day because everyone's going to be working with you. You see your people at your job more than you see your own family. So you want to start off on the right foot so that you can roll with the punches when you do go to work and don't feel like you're stressed and that it's a burden to be there. Enjoy what you do and love what you do for the time being. But remember, it's always a temporary place for you to be because you have bigger and better things coming. Your eyes pop open, Miss Felicia. That's right. That's right. So get in the habit. Try to change the habit of putting that clock next to you. Plus, if you have a clock next to you, you know what happens? The alarm comes on and all of a sudden your body jumps, right? Your body jumps and it frightens your body into an unexpected mode. So now that meditative spirit that you're in, it's now been jarred. So be careful of setting those obnoxious alarms to throw you off your rhythm because remember, we're all operating on a certain rhythm, okay? All right, so that was the first one. Thank you guys for your feedback. You guys are wonderful. All right, so let's talk about the next one, becoming a constant learner. And I'm going to ask you guys to participate on this one as well because this is going to be very crucial, okay? Become a constant learner. How do you do that, you say? What's one way you can become a constant learner? I'm going to share with you. I'm so glad you've asked. I'm sure you're thinking about it already anyway. Okay, so become a constant learner, and the way to do that is by reading on a daily basis. A lot of you may or may not like to read. Some people read and they go through books like no tomorrow, right? So I would encourage you, if you have some books already in mind, be sure to write them down. Again, this is on your SMART goal. Write it down or write it on your chart and put about 5 books that you plan on reading. Someone probably mentioned a couple to you already. Yes, someone probably mentioned, yes, webinars are great, Miss Leah, thank you. Some probably mentioned suggestions on books already for you. Make sure when you hear somebody mention a book, write it down. There's so many basic books a lot of people have not read that's in the business sense. Think and Grow Rich. A lot of the Robert Kiyosaki books are awesome. The 1 Minute Manager. I mean, I can go on and on and on. But think of some books that you would like to read. Let it be some personal development if you know that you have areas that you need to grow on, because that would help you to manage those idiosyncrasies that you might not have mastered. Okay, remember, we're not all perfectionists. There are areas in our life that requires growth from our standpoint, and some people are stronger in certain areas and some are not. So begin to write some books down, and as I just mentioned Think and Grow Rich by Robert Kiyosaki. There's the 1 Minute Manager. Oh my gosh, I have a library of books and things that I've already reviewed over time. But if you have a suggestion, go ahead and put it in the comments so we can share it with each other. And what I'll probably do is maybe go back into my live and throw a couple right into my live comments when I end this live, so you can actually see something to reference to. If you're not a reader, here's something I'm going to recommend to you, because we have so much going on right now, especially in our planning phases for the next upcoming months. Try to log on and sign up for audible.com. It's audible.com, because Audible will allow you to go through the book quicker. Yes, I know some of you like the tangible book. You can highlight. I'm gonna go through all the things that you're possibly thinking right now. You want to highlight, you want to feel the book, you want to hug the book. I get it, I understand. You can still get the book, get the audio, because you can listen to the audio and have, what it does is resonates in your subconscious level. Okay, that's what that audio book is going to do. And you can always go back, rewind, and revisit and retake notes and whatever the case is. But make sure you're taking notes of the important points that you learned from the book. And not only that, don't just put the book down after you finish. Make sure you take the book and try to live out some of those things in the book. That's the whole purpose of it. Remember, 80% of people plan and 20% of people actually do the performance of it. You understand me? Listen to it again. 80% of people plan, 20% of people are actually following through. When you go to big conventions, what do? You take a whole bunch of notes, you come back. How many of you have actually followed through on some of the items that you took the notes from Lisa Nichols' convention just not so long ago? Make sure you go back and look at some of those notes and see what you're putting into action if you hadn't already done so. I'm sure a lot of you have done some things from your notes. All right, so that point that I just mentioned was becoming a constant learner. It's just picking up books, picking up verbiage, picking up literature, newsletter, whatever it is that's going to strengthen your mental capacity here, keep the wheels going on your brain. All right. The third one I'm going to talk about is taking care of your well-being. Now, your well-being includes your personal space, that quiet time, that lessen the noise around you. If your house is noisy, you may have to step out and go to a quiet place at a coffee shop or somewhere. But find that quiet space. As Miss Leah and a few of you mentioned, Miss Monica, Miss Felicia, the first thing in the morning is usually the best quiet space you have in your house, because that's before everything starts to move around, and you can get into your prayer closet. I don't know how many of you have seen that movie. Find your prayer closet. If you don't have one, build one, create one, and just let that be your soul quiet time. Meditation is one of the most important things as far as well-being for yourself. You have to learn how to meditate. And when you meditate, you don't go to sleep. When I teach my yoga classes, a lot of times people look forward to the meditation portion of it at the end. Even the seniors that I teach yoga to, I hear them in the class when I'm done, and the first thing they say is, "Oh, I just love this part." Because I have them raise their feet up, because this is all done in a chair, because my oldest client is 101, Miss K. She's 101, okay? So there's a different form of yoga that I teach there, but I also teach, hello, Mr. Anthony. Woo! We're having a party. Thank you for joining. So the oldest client in my yoga class is 101, and when I teach yoga to all of them, the majority of them are like in their 90s. When I tell you I've learned a lot from them just being in their space, I'm so appreciative for them. So yes, round 3, Mr. Anthony, congratulations. You're doing an awesome job, by the way. So yoga, at the end, we always make the time for meditation. When you go to all the other country, India, where yoga is popular, it is an insult. Listen to this. It is an insult if you do not complete the meditation portion of the practice. Meditation is one of the most important portion of that yoga ritual. I don't know how many of you saw just some pictures that we took when I went to Mexico just this month. We did yoga on the beach when we got to Mexico at San Francisco Beach. And to do yoga in front of the ocean was the most incredible thing, because we're doing all the positioning, all the movements, and we're also taking in that natural energy that comes straight from the water. So that's actually a wonderful, serene place to have done that. It's always a blessing to do. And but you want to make sure when you're in your whole meditative mode, you're finding that time to do that on a daily basis. Don't skip any days, because I'm telling you, that's one of the ways that you can definitely get grounded. Now, as I mentioned, yoga, meditation is not sleeping. Your body is literally going into another phase, but it's not in that total deep sleep realm phase. You're at the level where you're still conscious, but your mind is settling and removing things out, filtering things out that you don't want to be there. The mind gets so cluttered and so busy on a daily basis. If you don't quiet it down, you won't hear those still soft voices giving you messages on what to do and where to move next. So meditation is a very important key to taking care of yourself. There was one other, let me read you this quote though, first of all, before I go on about taking care of your well-being. No person may enjoy outstanding success without good health. No person. That's by Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill is also another great author, so if you're interested in finding the books that I mentioned, he's also another great author to look up. But no person may enjoy outstanding success without good health. All right? Even in your own heads, there are plenty of things that are running around. Apart from sleep or rest, you can achieve peace through meditation. So meditation is just the key to all that there is. Quiet time, breath work, Qigong breath work. In the future, you guys get to learn some Qigong from me. And you'll understand that breath is life, and breath extends your life. And a lot of people are not doing that. So when they get confused and they get cloudy, and they start to get angry on the road and they're upset at everyone, it's because they're not settled in their mind. They're too busy. Their mind is running too much. So you have to find a way. Hi, Trishana. Thank you for joining us. You have to find a way to quiet that all down. All right. So those were three of the most important things that I picked up right away. There were 2 others, but we spoke on that as far as planning ahead, making sure that you're doing your to-do lists. All right. I don't know how many of you you're doing a to-do list on a regular basis. Do you write out a to-do list of everything that you have to do daily? Yes? No? Maybe so? If you are, let me know. But thank you for joining, Trishana. We've been talking about habits and how to establish great habits, and I touched on 3 points. I did not revisit the creating your mission, because I've been talking about that in length, your mission and vision. Also, we spoke on starting early and planning ahead, and that's in reference to the to-do, making sure that you're writing a to-do list and making it really specific. Now, when you write your to-do list, don't just throw things on paper. All right, make sure you're putting the most important task first at the top, and you go down to the least important. Okay, Leah, not daily. Try it daily and watch what happens. You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed. Write a to-do list every single day. And for me, it's tangible. It may not work for everyone. For me checking that off my list, it just feels like such a great accomplishment because I know I don't have to revisit that and I can move ahead to something brand new. Daily to-dos. Yes. Yes. You'll try it. That's wonderful. Daily to-dos. I can probably show you every to-do I have in my phone right now. And now, let me ask, when you write your daily to-dos, are you guys using a mechanical device or a written device? I'm going to show you something. Ask if this looks familiar to you guys. See if you recognize this. I don't know if you have an iPhone, iOS, Android. What's the other phone? All these fancy things they have in this United States of America. All right, I don't know if you guys are you familiar with this app? Can you see it? Maybe if I should put it in the right place. See that one right there? See this app? Let's see if I can tap on that. It says Notes. This is the Notes app. It's a little white and glare. You can't barely see it. It's the Note apps, smartphone, yes. When you do both. Okay, Miss Felicia, that's great. So, I put my to-dos in my phone. There's a big glare, so you guys can't probably even see any of this. Ooh, look at that. Now it's showing me in duplication. Ah! Okay, so I write my notes in here, and simply all I do when I go into this Note app, this is Notes from the Apple phone, okay? This is a new 10 Apple phone, all right? So all I do, I have a bunch of notes that I've taken, first of all. I go into the brand new note, and I'm so sorry if you guys can't see this. I'm just kind of telling you as I go along. This is just a blank screen right now. So I type new message, new note, and then I put to do at the very top, all right? And then there's bullet points in here already with a check mark. So it's a circle with a check. When you tap the circle, it checks it off that you are complete. And so what I do is I write the most important one at the top, and I work to the least important one at the bottom. So ones that are quick that I know I can just knock out, I'll just knock them out and get them done. But if it's something that's very important, I make sure that comes at the top and I go all the way down. And funny enough, when I do my to-dos, I always make sure that I include clients that I may have on the list for the day. I have clients that I have working. I'll put them in there in between, or just some example I may put, I have to go get gas or go to Sam's to pick up some food, or what else? I may have to complete an assignment. I have to pay a bill. But again, what that does, guys, if you're not doing it, it's making it tangible so you can see that these things are getting accomplished. Because when you build it all up in your head, your head can get to a point where it's overcrowded, and your mind starts to slow down because it can't process all the information properly. So what you're doing is you're brain dumping. I mentioned that to someone else the other day. When you brain dump on paper, you start to sort things out in your mind, and that way you can start to analyze what's going on around you and what you need to do next. So it's not bad to brain dump. Dump everything on paper. Don't worry about the formality of it, and then pick out what's most important on the list and just get it done. And once you get it done, it's going to feel so good that you're not walking around with that heaviness. So again, habits are great things. It could be good, it could be bad. Make sure the habits that you're forming are great habits that's going to take you and progress you right into the next day, the next week, or the next month. If they are poor habits that you have, I would encourage you to try to look and see how you can do them differently. Maybe you eat a bag of potato chips every single day. I don't know. I'm just saying. Maybe you want to replace the bag of potato chips with an apple every day. So just find one habit or two that you'd like to change and do a little bit differently. I know it's Wednesday, so we still have time before the weekend. Find one thing that you see that you're doing all the time, and it's becoming one of those comfort zone thing because you're in a particular space and time. Maybe when you sit down to watch TV, you feel like you want to grab a beer. I don't know, I'm just mentioning that. I don't drink, so maybe you want to grab some, I don't know, some healthy tea. I can show you how to make healthy teas. Maybe you want to grab some healthy tea. I just did a shoot just this couple of days ago on how to make a healthy tea, which will be in my private group, demonstrating that to individuals. but maybe you want to get a healthy tea in place of that. Or maybe you're a coffee drinker where you're drinking coffee every single day. So maybe you want to replace the coffee with some herbal tea instead of the coffee 2 times out of the entire week that you're drinking coffee. It doesn't have to be a major change, guys, but the smaller changes make a big difference. And when you're doing that, you'll start to develop great habits into making the bigger picture look even better. All right, so develop great habits. Remember the items that we just spoke about. I'll just refresh real quick and then I'll let you guys go. I appreciate you being so patient with me. Create your own life mission. Start early and plan ahead. Become a constant learner. Find a book or something that you haven't read. Put it on your list of to-dos to read. Make notes from the book and take the book and apply it to your life. And one of the other ones I want to tell you really quick before I get off is find an accountability partner. So if there's someone that you have that can hold you accountable, make sure that they know what it is that you're doing so that they can question you and ask you, did you complete XYZ today? It's important to have an accountability partner because we often are not able to keep up with ourselves, which is fine. It's fine. It's just developing us into who we are and what we're becoming. So I am super excited, especially about our call tomorrow night, because we're going to put a face with a lot of names. We'll get to chit chat at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here in Florida, 7 o'clock Central Time with Mr. Kevin, so that we can recap our Owning Your Brilliance Live. I'm definitely looking forward to that. And we will be talking in the future about Vision Party. Mr. Kevin has it all planned out, so we'll be talking about Vision Party. Hopefully you're able to take away some things I mentioned on that. I actually just went and got some supplies for the Vision Party that I'll be doing on Saturday evening on a personal level, and just have some awesome ideas to give you guys that you probably might not have even thought about when it comes to your vision board. So I'm excited about having an opportunity to be able to share some of that with you. So my name is Donna Sharpe. Again, this is day 2 for me, round 2 of Owning Your Brilliance Live, and this is a segment on habits. I thank you so much for joining today. I hope this was of some great help to you and you're able to add one nugget from it into your daily routine. So until tomorrow, I look forward to seeing all of you. Hugs and kisses. Mwah, 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 mwah. Ah! Yes. See you tomorrow. Have a great evening. Yes, Miss Leah. Thank you all. Miss Felicia, Miss Monica, Mr. Anthony, Shoshana, Patience, Leah, thank you all so much for joining. I love you guys, and be blessed and keep God at the center of your life. Ciao.